to start with breakfast, what do I usually have? I usually have some frozen waffles, which are whole wheat and with no egg or milk or, of course, not meat or anything like that. These are a couple of brands that you can find readily enough. And then to go with that, I have some ham, oddly enough, but of course it's vegan ham. And again, there are several brands you can buy. Here's one of them, and I just put that in a little frying pan. I don't even use oil. Just heat it up, for literally like 1 minute, and it's ready. And then of course, with the frozen waffles, I'll have maple syrup. Yep, that's in here again. Maple syrup. And here's some vegan margarine substitute to go with the waffles. And of course, I'm going to have some OJ. Any of those brands. I usually get the ones that have some added calcium in them. And because I like a nice big breakfast, I will also have some oatmeal. And I will put, you could put soy milk in if you wanted. I usually just use, heat it up in water. And I'll have a banana with that, a sliced banana. If it's the summertime, I'm going to put in I'm going to use strawberries on my waffles instead of having a banana in my oatmeal. Also in the oatmeal I put flaxseed meal, which contains omega-3. And you just sprinkle it on, and tastes really nice, adds a nice texture to the oatmeal. So that is breakfast. Now for lunch, I will have, I have two standard lunches, okay? One of them is like a sandwich with cold cuts. Here I will have turkey, usually. You can get Tofurkey brand or again this Smart Deli. They're both vegan turkeys and they taste just fine. And of course I'll have lettuce and tomato with that. And here is some Vegenaise, vegan mayonnaise, to have on that sandwich. And then I like to have at least in the colder weather, I like to have some kind of a nice warm soup to go with that. These boxed soups are really delicious. And I like to use chickpea or green pea because they're the highest in protein of the vegetarian soups that you can buy. Also bean soup, like black bean soup. Yeah, here's some black bean soup, which is very tasty. And then my other standard lunch will be hummus, which could be in or with, whole wheat bread like this. Oh, by the way, with the sandwich, I always will use whole wheat bread. I try to get some kind of, well, it's not homemade. I'd like to get back to making bread at home. I used to do that, but just the kind of bread that I can cut on the cutting board, because it's just such a nice feeling to cut bread on a cutting board, isn't it? You should try it sometime. So this is the real thing, and this is one of my pleasures in life. Just that, an intrinsic pleasure, not any kind of. Well, it's also a utilitarian thing because it's cutting the bread, so I can put it in the toaster. But and let's see, is that for lunch? Well, then I'll have a snack after. I'll have some peanuts and a carrot. Yeah, I'll usually top it off with a carrot. And then later in the day I'll also have some walnuts and some with apple cider And also at some point in the day I'd like to have some soy milk or some other, like rice milk or something. The soy milk tastes better, although I am trying to reduce the amount of soy in the diet too. You should have variety in a vegan diet, just like in any diet you want to have variety. But I warm that up in the winter time anyway, and that's tasty all by itself. And I think that does it. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how I actually make a dinner, because that's really the one that involves some cooking, but that's just as easy as everything else.